Hello, welcome back to GP Nail Art. Jessica here, and I am back with another birthday mani. This one will be out soon. I'll put it in the cards when it's available. But today I have already applied the Revel Nails Jessica dip powder. That's right, the powder's named Jessica, so you know I had to use it, right? And for my accent nail, I am going to just apply the iGel Beauty Natural because I'm going to do a foil overlay. So typically when I do a foil overlay, I like to match kind of the background color of the foil, so that way if any part of the foil doesn't completely transfer over, you kind of have that background color, so it doesn't really look so much like it's missing any spot. So that's why I picked the natural. So since this is a little bit of a shorter video, I am going to kind of go through the dip powder process a little bit and zoom in a little bit more on certain parts so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better. And I did do the same process with the pink nails. So I'm just applying a full layer of the base coat, dipping into the powder, tapping that off, cleaning up my cuticle line with my metal toothpick. I've been liking using this more than the orange stick. It's got a little bit more of a point so you can get into that cuticle line much better. Dust off that excess powder, and then you can immediately go in with your second coat. And I try to just be very careful when I'm at the cuticle line that I don't kind of flood my cuticle with the liquid. I try to do a very thin type of layer for the base coat, and you know, get that as even as possible so it's kind of less work for filing as well. If you kind of put too much or too thick of a layer of the base coat, it can kind of move around when you dip your finger into the powder, and then you end up with some like lumps and bumps and you have to do a little bit more filing. So I try to do a nice thin even layer before I dip into the powder. So I did do my 3 layers of the powder, and I didn't cap anything yet, so I'm going to cap all of my nails with the clear powder as well. So I will get to the clear coating in just a moment. So same process, thin layer of the base coat, dip into the clear. I am going to use my designated glitter clear for the pink nails because that is a shimmer color, and then I'll switch over to my regular clear for the accent nail, just so, and I switch between my glitter liquids and non-glitter liquids. That's basically just because the glitters can kind of transfer over on the brush, and I don't want to contaminate my regular liquids, the ones that I use with just a flat or cream colors, and end up getting any glitters in there, so when I go on to do another mani in the future, I end up getting a glitter where I don't want it. So that's kind of why I have separate glitter powders, or well, glitter clear powder, glitter liquids, and so on. So if you have any questions about that, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to let you go ahead and watch this. I am going to activate with all of the nails as well, and then I do file off camera for this one, but I will be back in a moment. Okay, so I was about to activate, but then I decided to go in with my stiffer, scrubby brush to really kind of clean all of that powder off of my nails. And this can kind of help if you find that you're getting kind of white specks when you use your clear dip powders. That can kind of help eliminate some of that when you're doing the dip powder process, and you want to do that before you activate, so just really kind of clean up your nails. So I'm going to go ahead and let these set for about 2 minutes, and again I'll file off camera. So here they are, all nice and filed and buffed and shaped and so on. Looking pretty good. Now for the dip powder process, after you file, you do want to go in with another coat of your activator. That is what is going to, in essence, cure your dip powder top coat. That's what's going to make it all nice and shiny. I'm going to be doing gel on that accent nail for the foil, so I didn't have to reactivate that accent nail, but I went ahead just so it has some strength. And then I do use a cotton round. You can use a paper towel or a lint-free wipe. I like to put a little bit of alcohol, just a little bit, to really kind of clean up the activator on the nail, make sure there's not anything left over on that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, but for your first layer of dip powder, you want to just do about 3 to 4 swipes of your dip powder liquid. Not any more than that. You're really just getting that first layer down. Make sure you wipe off your brush before you put it back in the bottle. So if there is any activator residue, you're not contaminating your liquid, because that will make the brush hard. So do be careful of that. And you can kind of let that set for just a few seconds or so, and then you can essentially immediately go in with your second layer. For your second layer of the dip powder liquid top coat, you can be a little bit more precise. You can do more than just the 3 to 4 swipes. You can get a little bit more detailed with it, make sure you have that full coverage. I like to make sure I also cover my free edge like you saw just there, because I do use peel base, and that's going to kind of protect any water from getting at the peel base so that they don't pop off too quickly. So you'll see that I do that on each one of the nails, but you can see that I take my time a little bit more and make sure that I have that top coat all over my nails so that it's all nice and shiny. Okay, so I do let that set. I let that kind of dry and set for a good 5 minutes or so. I just really like to make sure that if I go in and touch it, or if I go in to do something on that accent nail, I'm not going to mess up the nails that I did already. So I'm going in with my foil transfer gel. I'm going to cover the whole entire nail. I also pulled out my silicone tool to kind of help press the foil onto the nail. So you do want to apply the foil gel, make sure you don't have any on your skin at all, and I do a full cure, 60 seconds. I probably only really need to do a max of 30, but I did the full 60. And then what I was trying to do was make sure that I got like a nice part of the foil. I didn't want any of the shells that are kind of on this foil. I wanted just the pearls, because pearl is one of June's birthstones. So that's my second June birthday mani so far. I kind of got an area that was kind of in between all the pearls, so when I pulled it off, it was just kind of like, you know, a part of a pearl over here, part of a pearl. I didn't get a full pearl on my nail. I was a little disappointed with that. I should have tried to get an area where there were some of the smaller pearls, but, you know, live and learn, I guess. But, I mean, I do like the way it came out, and I think the dip powder color underneath was a good idea, because there was a little bit of an area where you see here, I was trying to get a little bit more around my cuticle, and some of it transferred over, but you have that the same kind of color underneath, so it's really not that noticeable. And I was going to try to zoom in so you could see the placement of the foil, but I was kind of a little bit all over the place trying to you know, lay it down, make sure that it was all pressed in and transferred over. So I am going to zoom in while I am applying my top coat, so we want to make sure that that is protected and doesn't scratch off or anything like that, so you can kind of see the foil transfer a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just making sure that there's not any gel on my skin or at my cuticle line at all before I cure, because after curing it's going to be harder to get that off. And again, a 60-second cure. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Candi Skin Care Cuticle Oil. The name of this one is called Sugar Rush. It was part of the, I think, April to May trio. So I'm just going to apply that liberally along all of my cuticles so that they're all nice and renourished. And my cuticles tend to dry out pretty quickly, so I try to make sure that I use cuticle oil or lotion or something every day. My skin in general tends to be very dry. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's just from living in Florida. I got the sun on me all the time. But the cuticle oil really helps for your nails, and you want them to look pretty for pictures if you're taking any. So let me know what you think of this mani. Again, this is my pearl birthstone mani, and I paired it with the Jessica dipped powder, so I thought it came out pretty cute. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, bye for now.